And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another high button U15 Hockey Sunday. My name is Killian Powers. A pleasure again to be joining you for another wonderful morning of hockey. I'm here at the East Hants Sportsplex here in wonderful Lance, Nova Scotia. As we get set for our matchup today, it is the Western Hurricanes taking on the Rangers Hockey Club. Both teams coming in with some momentum. Rangers had a big 5-1 win over the Cougars yesterday, which boosted their status in the standings from 6th to 5th. They are 7-5 on the season with 2 overtime wins and 1 shootout win. The Hurricanes also coming in from a win, which is a little bit more rare these days if you're a Hurricanes fan. They had their second win. They picked up their second win of the season versus the Dartmouth Whalers today in a 6-2 victory, making that their second win in their 2-14 record. They stand at the bottom of the standings at 12th, but looking to get a little boost today against the 5th place Rangers. Their other notable win is against the second place Bombers earlier in the season, but since then it has been all downhill. 88 goals against, which they lead the league in, and only 6 points overall. Some players to watch for today on the Rangers: Liam Dufour and Liam Hannay, I apologize. Both had 2 goals Both had 2 goals in their big win over the Cougars yesterday. Some players to watch for the Hurricanes: Dallas Bennett, who picked up a couple of goals himself yesterday. Those were both his second and third goals on the season, so he's looking to boost his standings in the lineup. A couple goals also for Colton Wynot and Henrik Tenwold. Zamboni is just getting off the ice. We will be with you for puck drop here in just a moment. And with that, we are getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. U15 hockey action coming at you. Hurricanes at the Rangers. In net for the Rangers, Georgia Murray Chapman. She is 4-3 on the season with a .394 goals allowed average. And for the Hurricanes, it's number 30, Marcus Tanner. He picked up, I apologize, he is 0-8 on the season with .534 on goals allowed average. It's looking to be another exciting one here at the East Hants Sports Complex, or Sportsplex rather, here in Lance, Nova Scotia, about 30 minutes north of Halifax, as we get set to drop the puck. Again, Killian Powers here with you for, looks like the entire broadcast, my first full broadcast working by myself, so I appreciate the opportunity to be able to call this great game, as the faceoff was won by the Rangers, but sent down offensively for the Hurricanes. Hene, he will dump it out of the zone, and here come the Rangers. Hene had 2 goals yesterday, including an empty netter, to seal the deal for the Rangers, as they look to set up into the offensive zone. Dufour dumps into the corner. Turner will follow him, tried to get it to West on the point there, but it goes just beyond the blue line. Teams will get a change now as West dumped it into the zone. Hurricanes looking to get out of their own zone, as McPherson dumps it off to his defensive partner, who tried to dump and chase it, but couldn't get a stick on it correctly. Oh, goodness. By the way, we have kicked off our first 15-minute period. We're about a minute gone here, despite your scoreboard. As it is fought into the Rangers zone. A shot. That shot went just right. The shot off the stick of Martin Blinn. Another shot is patted away by Murray Chapman, as there's a scrum in the corner. Hurricanes trying to figure out what they're going to do with it. Blinn keeps it in at the point. Corkum goes to chase and dumps, as the Hurricanes will now get a change. A little under 13 and a half remaining in the first, as Churchill fights it in, but is fought off by Chalk. Chalk will bring it up to center. Tried to dump it into the zone. Hoyson had a stick on it, but it is ultimately sticked all the way down. Churchill trying to follow. But the Rangers take over back in their own zone. Little battle on the boards as Howe picks it up. Finlay Howe, he'll gain the zone through a couple of defenders, but it's sticked away by the Hurricanes. Little scrum in the corner. Shot is set aside. As there's a battle on the boards. There's West. But sticking away and trying to create an opportunity there was Jacob Santo. He had a goal yesterday. And Wilmot is not going to avoid a high sticking penalty for that, as his stick went up into the helmet of, I believe, Santo. As we will adjust the scoreboard here. 12:23 remaining in this first frame. As both teams will make a change. Looks like they were tied up with each other, so I believe it will remain 5-on-5 hockey, but both those players will sit the next 2 minutes in the penalty box. Still remaining 5-on-5 hockey here as Dufour steps in to take the face-off. Face-off is won defensively by the Rangers, but Bennett keeps it in the zone. Baird to Mill, trying to fight off a couple of Rangers defenders. And it is kept in. After that big hit, man, Liam Dufour had a couple of goals yesterday, but it still doesn't stop him from throwing his body around every now and again as he takes it in the zone. Skating this way and that, and dishing out another hit. As West couldn't field that one quite clearly. Here's the breakaway. Shot is patted away, swallowed up by Murray Chapman. Rangers come the other way. Here's Turner. And that one is sticked away and dumped. Hurricanes and Rangers will both get changes. That's passed all the way down to Chalk. Chalk will skate and try and pass across, but sticked away by a Hurricane defender. A shot from the point is patted away. A rebound, and here come the Hurricanes back up the ice. Henrik Tenwold. He'll dump it down, but Dufour will, or my apologies, that was Kendall. McPherson will dish it out, as him and Kendall will try and apply some pressure, but not before the puck is iced. 10:53 remaining. As both teams will complete their full line change. Still knotted at nothing. As that is won by the Hurricanes. Pass down to a forward, and my goodness, what a hit. It looks like that was Trig Chalk on that hit. Goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Kendall on that hit, which might set up an offensive opportunity for the Rangers, but Blinn will skate it out of the zone. Pass to Churchill. Doesn't go quite the way he wanted it, as Churchill will go for a change. And back on the possession is the Rangers, not before Nick took a dump there. LeBlanc trying to look for some options as he passes to his defensive partner. And centering pass to Kendall. Kendall tried to rip one from the point, but that puck ran into a Hurricane defender. Back down the ice, looking for Jan Tremont, as that is intercepted by the Rangers. Dump and change for the Rangers, as that shot went up and high. That went off the stick of Cooper. And here come the Hurricanes the other way. That is dumped out by the Hurricanes. But they were a little tired themselves. They'll dump and change. Getting a full line change is the Hurricanes. And out skates Hane, I believe. But he'll dump it and go for a change himself. Why not? Why not skated into the zone, but was sticked away by Gugu. Gugu. He'll pick up some speed and hold. Couldn't get the shot off quite correctly as he would have wanted, as Turner takes it to the corner. A big hit by the Hurricanes to get some defense there, as Gugu dumped it, and a couple defensemen change for the Rangers. Here comes Bennett. Bennett sticks it through. He'll gain the zone, as Connell. Deep into the zone for the Hurricanes. But it is cleared back out. Pass down to Lucas as he was just exiting the bench trying to gain his own feet. Couldn't receive the pass as cleanly as he would have liked, as Harview dumps it to maybe contain some pressure. Santo trying to contest with McPherson there as he passes back to Chalk. Chalk slips and slides. Shot and scored by Harview. Oh, my apologies. Oh, there's Dufour. My apologies. I was looking down at my rosters as that happened. I apologize. Jack Kendall on that rip. Looked like a slapper from the point. And this will make it a one-goal game for the Rangers. 7:43 remaining in the first. A one-goal lead for the Rangers. And that is sure is a nice start for the Rangers, as they're looking to continue their momentum after their big win yesterday, as Wilmot takes it from the center of his own zone all the way to the center of the Hurricane zone. End to end, takes a shot. It falls out of play. We will get a face-off to the right of Marcus Tanner, as we'll do it again here. A pass in front by McPherson. Goes all the way to the point. West will take a shot, but that's sticked away by a defender. It was cleared out. Wilmot back to his defensive partner. A couple Rangers get a change. Turner on. As Cooper cleared it out and was looking for his man to clear out with him, but doesn't get out in time, we'll have an offsides draw. Both teams will get a change. .646 remaining in the first period, as the Rangers took a 1-goal lead very recently off the stick of the captain, Jack Kendall. A backhander just goes up and wide. Up and over the net, the head and net of Georgia Murray Chapman. She's pitching a shutout so far as Turner comes the other way. He'll take a shot, but it's just off the iron. Up off the crossbar was that shot by Turner. It had some mustard on it, as Corm will skate all the way deep into the zone. He runs out of room, so he looks for options. Back to the point. A shot from the point goes just wide. Blinn with a dump to keep it in, but not before the ref signals for offsides. Kept in the other way, but the captain was contesting with a Ranger. Some back and forth between the blue lines, exchanging some offside plays as the Rangers regain the puck. Chalk across the ice, as that is dumped in for an offensive opportunity. A scrum, but it's taken away by Chalk. But intercepted by the Hurricanes. A shot is patted away and covered by Georgia Murray Chapman. 5:10 remaining in the first. Both teams facilitating some changes before we have our continuing draw to the blocker side of Murray Chapman. Face-off is won defensively. And sticked out by Cooper. Some contest will keep it in as Harview chases. Finley Howe will try and dump it out of the zone, and he does. Harview dumps it into the Hurricane zone as the Rangers will try and set up another offensive opportunity. Hubley got a stick on that Hurricanes dump, but it is cleared out of the zone. West will clear it so that a couple of Rangers can come to the bench. Hurricanes starting to set up, but that is taken away by Turner, at least for the time being, as the Hurricanes will try to fight it back into the Rangers zone. That one's taken away again by Turner. He'll take a shot. That's patted away by the glove of Tanner. Dumped into the corner. Hurricanes trying to escape their own zone. They will for the time being. A dump and, initially was going to be a cover, as a hit deterred a defender. Hene up the wing. Hene was contested with by George McKim. That will eliminate any offensive opportunity on that end. Bennett sticks it out. And a centering pass to Connell. Or Dimmel. I keep misreading that. My apologies. As Wilmot is being contested with, trying to call for a penalty, but nothing doing from the ref, as Chalk will try and battle out with a couple of Hurricanes. Back to the point and a shot, as looks like McKinn was falling to his knees. Pass across to Kendall the other way, but ref signals offsides. 2:53 remaining in the first frame. Rangers lead it by just one off the stick of the captain, Jack Kendall. It was his 9th goal of the season, bringing him to 16 points on this current 2025-2026 season. This will be the final game before the holiday break for both of these teams. And I'm sure both of them are looking for some momentum heading into the holidays, as Chalk will skate through a couple defenders, unable to gain the zone, so he passes back to McPherson. McPherson will bounce pass it. And some drama between the blue lines, as the Hurricanes will gain the zone. Tried to take a shot there, but it is blocked by West. West gives it to McPherson. McPherson back to Kendall. Kendall. He'll skate up the left wing, hold, and he has no options as the rest of his team were making a change. Here comes Santo up the wing, but he is interfered with, and that is going to be a penalty. And it looks like the Hurricanes are going to have their first power play. As the captain, it looks like LeBlanc was interfering. My apologies on that one. LeBlanc will go to the box. It looks for interference. So first power play for the Hurricanes. And here comes Hubley the other way, trying to make a shorthanded opportunity, and a little slip and fall off of his own stick. Hubley still providing pressure after that spill. Santo will try and clear it, but Cooper ends up with it for a moment, as the Hurricanes trying to set up some offense on this first power play of the afternoon. Santo, he'll take it on the right wing, looking for options as he's being heavily contested by Wilmot. Here's a shot, but it is just high and wide. Santo behind his own net. He's trying to communicate with DeMille. Here's a shot in front. It's patted away by Murray Chapman. Another shot. Held true. Crease held true by Murray Chapman. Another shot in front. Goes just wide before it can hit any net. And another shot is up and out of play. 1:03 remaining in this first frame. Hurricanes looking to pick up some momentum as they have 61 seconds remaining in the interference call to LeBlanc. Face off one offensively, but then dumped out by Wilmot. Contained by Tanner. And Hurricanes will try and figure out a play. That one is sticked away by Dion. Or Dion was contested with, but then he gets the puck at center. A slapper from the point by Blinn, but then it is cleared out, so the Rangers will get a small change before the Hurricanes try another time. 20 seconds remaining in the interference call as Dion will take a shot. Gloved away by Murray Chapman. Another shot rebounded and patted away. 9 seconds remain, 10 seconds left in the period. Here's another shot, patted away by Murray Chapman. She's pitching a shutout so far. 2 seconds and 1 on the penalty, 2 seconds and 1 on the period. Cleared out, and that will do it for the first frame. A mostly dominant 1-0 frame by the Rangers, but it wasn't without the chances from the Hurricanes at the back end with the power play. We'll be back with you in just a moment for the second period. And back with you for the second period. Rangers went out to a 1-goal lead about halfway through the first, off the stick of the captain, Jack Kendall. A power play on... a pass by Wilmot, and a shot from the wing. A rebound shot just goes high and wide. Gugu from a shot from the point, but that is swallowed up by Tanner. Little extracurricular activity, but nothing significant. As I was saying, it looks like McPherson's going to go to the box for something. Well, it appears the Hurricanes will hop on their second penalty. They had a power play to end the first frame, which they had a couple of opportunities, but no dice, as that puck is dumped out and contained by Tanner. Skated out and passed to DeMille. DeMille, he'll fight it through, as why not? Will make a couple of moves, and he'll pass. A shot on goal from the winger was patted away by Murray Chapman. She's pitching a shutout so far. Got 1:15 remaining in the Ranger penalty. As Corcoran will take a shot, a rebound, scores! It was set up from a shot from the point. And we'll get a read on that in just a second. And on the rebound shot, Jacob Santo. His second goal of the weekend. As he improves to 7 points on the season, his 6th goal of the season. 18:31 remaining in the period, as the Hurricanes have just tied it. A dump down is taken behind the net, kept in by Gugu. Gugu. A little tic-tac-toe fighting, as Cooper will attempt to take it into the center, but then it is fought the other way by the Hurricanes. Here's a pass in front, but is sticked away by two Rangers defenders. Back down the ice, Cooper will take it on the right. He is contested by Martin Blinn. As that is dumped the other way, McPherson keeps it in. Dump back out. It was kept in by a defender, and a ricochet will be patted away by Tanner. That's passed way back out. But D'Entremont could not handle it cleanly. And here come the Rangers back into the Hurricane zone. Sticked away, and a shot by LeBlanc is blocked by some defenders. 17-10 remaining in our second frame as Wilmot tried a spinner round move, but he spins onto the ice. And that one is dumped for a Hurricanes change. Kept in. Santo will take a big drive, but it is patted away by Murray Chapman. Santo was looking for his second of the afternoon as he has the tying goal. Pretty even on shots on goal. 12-11 in favor of the Rangers so far. In favor of the Hurricanes as they look to get a full change now. And here comes up the left, it looks like West. West will bring it around, trying to stick it there for Dufour. Dufour, he's got a couple of goals this weekend, but here's a pass to the left. And that is gloved by Tanner. 16:09 remaining in our second frame. The game was tied recently off the stick of Jacob Santo. As face-off draws one offensively by the Rangers. A shot by Dufour went up and wide. And it looks like we will have another penalty call. Looks like a trip as Colton Wynot will go to the penalty box for the first Ranger power play. And that's quite a hit for the Hurricanes. I feel like you'd want anyone but your points leader to go to the box on this one as Wilmot takes it at the point. Pass to Dufour. Dufour's shot was off of a Hurricane skater, and it is cleared. An attempted quick pass back into the zone was thwarted by an offsides call. 15:47 remaining in the second frame as both teams will get a change. Santo and Chalk will take the circle, take the offsides draw circle, as it is won defensively by the Hurricanes, and an attempted dump is thwarted by Chalk. Chalk will backhand pass it, but then it is again dumped out by the Hurricanes. 90 seconds remain in the tripping call to Colton Wynot. Sticked on to Wilmot. Wilmot to Dufour. Dufour will pick up some speed on the right. Dufour holding. And can't keep with it. He was looking and waiting for some options, but couldn't stick with it as the Rangers will get another change. 60 seconds remain in the tripping call to Wynot. As Wilmot will skate from behind his own net all the way to the other end. He'll try and stick that one to Trig Chalk, but nothing doing there as it is cleared out. 35 seconds remain in the Ranger power play. They were unsuccessful for all three of their power plays yesterday. And it looks like more of the same today, despite the victory yesterday, as West will be contested with, but they eventually fight it into the zone, as Turner will pass back out to the point to Kendall. Kendall He tried a little bounce pass, but I don't think Chalk was necessarily ready to shoot, as it's back out to the west of the point. He'll take a couple steps to his left. A shot is swallowed up by Tanner. 13:57 remains in the second period, as there was a little bit of extracurricular activity in front of the net, but nothing significant comes for it, as that ref is trying to field his own puck cleanly. Both teams will get full changes before this next face-off. The penalty has expired. Both teams are back to full strength, in case you were wondering. As that draw is won defensively at first, but that shot from the point at LeBlanc, and the rebound and scores! Rylan Cooper. He picks up his 5th goal of the season off the rebounded shot by Wilmot. Or by Chalk, excuse me. A 2-1 game, as Rylan Cooper scored his 5th of the season. Here's a backhander, as that centering pass went into a Hurricane defenseman, as Dion will gain the zone. He's got quite a bit of contention between all 4 of those Rangers, but it is kept in. A shot ricochets off a Ranger skater. Puck goes up, not out of play quite yet, but looks like an offsides call. Oh, no, looks like Dion will go to the box. Unclear on the penalty. Oh, it looks maybe a hit to the head there. He won't avoid 2 minutes for that, so the Rangers will go back on the power play. There is 13:02 remaining in this second period. One and taken at the point by Wilmot. Wilmot will dish to the left to LeBlanc. LeBlanc looking for some options. He'll have one right in front, but it goes just wide. Dufour will take it at the point. Dufour, he'll try and make a move or two, but he'll leave it at the point for Wilmot. Wilmot trying to fight with it, and he'll fight all the way to the right. Back to the point for Dufour. Dufour back across for LeBlanc. Centering to Wilmot at the point, as he dishes to the left to LeBlanc. LeBlanc makes a move, drives in a little bit, tried to create an opportunity there for a shot, but it is patted away by Tanner and cleared by the Hurricanes. And that was the first 45 seconds of the shot to the head call, as both teams will make some changes. And it looks like Wilmot sticked out Santos' stick, so he will go to the box for a slash. It looks like we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here for about a minute or so. As that is won defensively by the Rangers. They'll dump it all the way down, and it'll be padded and contained by Tanner. Pass down to DeMille. DeMille will take it behind his own net, but it is sticked away by Chalk. Chalk, he has an assist today, but oh, I believe that was Corkin. I had my numbers confused. My apologies. It was Corkin. A shot in front by Bennett is patted away by Murray Chapman. 11:16 remaining in this second frame. The Rangers recently took a 2-1 lead off the stick of Rylan Cooper. It was a rebound shot after Chalk took a shot from the point. Santos steps in for the Hurricanes. It's passed to the point. Down to Ross. Ross will take a shot. It's patted away. Kept in by the Hurricanes. Tried a shot, but that stick was not ready for the shot. Both teams back to, the Hurricanes are back to full strength. 50 seconds remain in their power play after the slashing call to Wilmot. A long pass to Why Not, but it is sticked out. Why Not? He'll gain the zone. And he passes to the captain. Shot there on the right, but it is swallowed up by Murray Chapman. 10:27 remaining in this second period. Both teams will grab a change. Pass down to Ross. Ross will pass back to his defensive partner. Another shot, scores! A rebound shot in front will tie the game at 2. Jacob Santo, his second of the game. And his 6th of the season. This will make it a 2-2 game with the second half of the second period still remaining, as that faceoff is won by the Rangers. Dufour will skate over to the left into the zone, and more of a sense of urgency from the Hurricanes now, as they have tied the game at 2. Gugu sticked it down to Turner. Turner and Dufour trying to communicate, as that is passed all the way to the point to Gugu. Gugu with a shot. Oh, it just is beyond the reach. It ricocheted off the glove of Tanner and back behind him and in. Ethan Gugu, that's his first goal of the season. Congratulations to that young man. His first goal in 16 games. And you know that's got to feel great for him. A nice shot from the point, just ricocheted off the pad. And it is dumped back down. Rangers recently took a 3-2 lead after a nice shot from Ethan Gugu. It was his first goal of the season. As Finley Howe will take it in front. A backhander just goes high and wide. Fought off by Howe. And it is touched by a Hurricane. It looks like they might have someone coming to the bench, or coming to the box, rather. Both teams will make change in preparation for this penalty, as it is a 4-minute penalty for a shot to the head, as Alex Knock will serve 4. And definitely not what you want if you are a Hurricanes fan. They just went down 3-2, and now they will have to fight off a 4-minute power play. Kendall to West. West down. This has been a dangerous Rangers tic-tac-toe team, as that high shot is gloved away by Tanner. 8:46 remaining in the period. The shots on goal are now favoring the Rangers again, 18-16, and it looks like it's only going to increase from there, as they still have 3:37 remaining in the double minor to Alex Knock. That is cleared all the way down, as West will take it behind his own net. West will pick up some speed. He'll skate through a couple of defenders. He's got Cooper on the left side. He sees him. A shot by Cooper. But it is saved. Some extracurricular activity as Cooper's stick ran into Tanner there. But it looks like it will all be sorted out quite cleanly by the referees. Wilmot. Rangers win the faceoff. Wilmot passes down to Dufour. Dufour has LeBlanc to pass to at the point. LeBlanc back to Lamont. They'll switch sides. Wilmot thought about leaving it for Dufour, but saw that he was a little offside. It is padded down to LeBlanc. LeBlanc will hand it to Dufour. Dufour can't handle it as cleanly as he'd like, but it goes back to Wilmot. Wilmot will take a shot, but that fell off a shin pad of a Hurricane member. They're trying to fight it to the point in the boards, as Turner is battling a couple of defenders. Dufour there to help, and he'll stick it to the point to Wilmot. Wilmot, he'll take a couple steps to his left. He was being pressured by DeMille. A shot attempt. Didn't have all the mustard he wanted, and that is an offside. 7:20 remaining in this second frame. The Rangers have 3 goals off the stick of Jack Kendall, Rylan Cooper, and Ethan Gugu. Ethan Gugu with his first goal of the season, and they have that 3-2 lead. Rangers will fight it back into the zone after they win the draw. Chalk and Cooper trying to fight it out of the corner. It's passed back down to Kendall. Kendall had an open lane for a second, but he needs to make a move or two before... Oh, nope, he'll skate it all the way back to the left side. He'll come all the way around. And still possessing it, as it is passed back to Kendall. Kendall to West. West will be contested at the point. There is 90 seconds remaining in the double minor to Alex Knock. Sticked around to Kendall. Kendall, he's really trying to fight his way out of those defenders as he passes to West. West gives it back to Kendall. And Cooper will come jam it out of the corner. West. Now he can make a move and take a shot, but it is just wide. West takes his own shot out of the corner, but it is cleared by the Hurricanes. After quite a long power play shift for both teams, they will both make some changes. Wilmot will check back in for the point men as Kendall picks up some speed. He'll hold, and he tried to make a move from backhand to forehand, but it was covered by Tanner. 5:52 remaining in the penalty, 5:52 remaining in the period, 44 seconds remaining in the double minor to Alex Knock. Face-off will be to the glove side of Marcus Tanner. Face-off is won defensively, and an attempted clear was thwarted by the point man LeBlanc. Back to Wilmot. Wilmot will take a shot, but it falls off the shin guard of a Hurricane. Another shot by Dufour is padded away and covered by Marcus Tanner. More extracurricular activity after that one, but very minimal, especially compared to what we had during yesterday's game. as that is won by Wilmot. Wilmot will take a shot that's patted away by the glove of Tanner, and another attempt is covered. And we will do it again to the left of Tanner. 5:30 remaining in the second period. And as expected, the shots on goal have increased for the Rangers. They lead 24-16 in that regard, with 6 of those coming in the last 4 minutes or so. Dufour with a nice shot, but it's patted away. The rebound was also patted away by Tanner. Dufour makes a move to Wilmot. Wilmot with a shot. It's patted away. Rebound, scores! Maverick LeBlanc with his 3rd goal of the season. Off the rebound shot off of Dufour's. And that is quite the statement goal, as they'll go up by 2 now. That was the 25th shot on goal by the Rangers, and it was indeed a power play goal. LeBlanc has been quite active the last couple of games defensively, so I'm sure it feels pretty good to have one sneak past the net, as Gugu is holding. He skated all the way end to end with that one, and he'll eventually take a shot. That's stick by McPherson, who takes another shot, and it's patted away by Tanner. Cooper will take it behind his own net. Centered for McPherson. McPherson can't get the stick for the right angle on it. Backhanded by Hubley, but that goes just wide. Hubley's being contested. He has McPherson to help him out. Here's a shot from the point. Ricocheted and patted away. Pass back out to Harview. It is sticked away to Harview again, as that shot by Harview is sticked out by Tanner. Here come the Hurricanes the other way. They could use some offense right about now, as that offensive momentum is stopped and covered by Murray Chapman. 3:57 remain, just under 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Rangers have taken a commanding lead off of the stick of LeBlanc. It's his 3rd goal of the season. As that draw is won by the Rangers and taken the other way. Here comes Finley Howe. Finley Howe will provide some physical contention in the corner as he fights it out. Chalk in front, but it's patted away by Tanner. Jacob Santo trying to fight it out of the corner, as Bear DeMille providing some contention in his own right. LeBlanc. He has the most recent goal as he tried to center it to Howe there. Howe still with it after the corner battle. Patted away by Tanner's glove. Chalk will take it from behind the net. Back out to the point, as Chalk was trying to get a toe drag release on that. Couldn't quite handle it. Chalk will pass across after intercepting that puck. Hurricanes were caught making a change and trying to stick it through. No offside signal by the referee, as the Rangers will now get a full change. Gugu, Dufour, and Wilmot will check in, as Dufour takes it away in the center. As that is intercepted and scores! Bear DeMille intercepted that puck off the stick of Turner. And it's now a 1-goal game, 2:27 remaining in the second. was a nice shot right in front after the takeaway from Bear DeMille. As we'll get an offside stoppage, it looks like. .2:19 remaining in the second period. Despite the lead, the Hurricanes have cut it down to 1 after the takeaway by Bear DeMille. Takeaway and goal. Hughley. He'll fight it into the zone. But it is fought out and skated out by Why Not. Why Not has a couple of guys with him as he was contested with. Here's a puck in front as there is a scramble and a dislodging of the net. As it looks like there's been a sense of urgency reignited after the goal by DeMille. And it looks like Aaron McPherson will go to the box for tripping. So the Hurricanes will get a much-needed power play, which 5 seconds of will bleed into the third period. They are looking to knot this thing up at 4. Fought out to the point. And taken to the wing. A shot is ricocheted, but it is just wide. DeAntremont tried to pass to the point to Blinn, but that one is taken down by Hane. Hane tried to make a move or two, but was contested with. As Tenwold got it into the zone, but it is cleared out. Blinn will come and get it behind his own net. And that pass attempt down to Chase DeAntremont did not go as planned. Blinn will take it again behind his own net as Brent Dion. And Hurricanes just trying to figure out how to get through this high Rangers pressure as they finally gain the zone. Try to pass to Why Not, but was intercepted and cleared by the Rangers. Kendall with some pressure. It is dumped back down for the Rangers, but it was offside, so no offensive opportunity will come of it. Pass down to DeMille. And cleared again by the Rangers. 20 seconds remain on the penalty, with 10 seconds remaining in the period. It's been an active second period so far. As the time will tick down, the Hurricanes will have 5 seconds of a power play when we come back from the third. 4-3 is your second period score. Despite the standings and the records of both teams, this has been quite the competitive game. We will see you in about 10 minutes for the third period here on High Button Sports. Third period action coming up here. Hurricanes and Rangers. Killian Powers on the call for High Button Sports. A pleasure again to be with you to call this great game as the Hurricanes win the draw at center. Chalk will take it over though. He'll take a shot, pat it away, and a active start already. We had quite an active first and second period. Rangers took an early lead, but it was fought back by the Hurricanes as they had a goal late in the second to make it a 4-3 hockey game. And that is where we stand as the Rangers will take it from their own end. West is picking up some speed. He'll skate into the zone. West holding. Oh my goodness. It looked like it could have gone past Tanner there for a second as he was slipping and falling. Dion will center pass, but McPherson held up with his body to prevent any offensive opportunity. Another hold up by the body of a Ranger, and they will clear it out. And that puck is iced all the way down. Goals in the first couple of periods. Jacob Santo had the first two for the Hurricanes, and Bear DeMille had the final and third goal. Ethan Kagoo scored his first goal of the season to make it a 3-2 hockey game, with assisting goals from LeBlanc, Cooper, and Jack Kendall. As the Rangers take it from their own zone, pass down to Wilmot. Wilmot will skate through past the blue line. His stick was held up in the armpit of Tenwold, and here come the Hurricanes the other way. Tried a centering pass to Dallas Bennett, who had a couple of goals yesterday, but that goes the other way for the Rangers. Wilmot tried a shot from the boards, but that was patted away by Tanner. Dufour is tied up with a defender, and it looks like this crowd on hand wants a hooking call, and I can't say I don't disagree with them, as it is fought away by the Hurricanes, as Connell gains the zone for just a moment, but it was taken away by Dufour. Dufour has had a hot couple of days, as he has an assist today. Hene will dump it down. LeBlanc trying to fight it through to the corner, as Hubley will contest as the Hurricanes work it out of their own zone. Churchill trying to stick it along into the zone. Harview had a couple things to say about that as the Rangers turn it the other way. LeBlanc will skate it across the blue line, but stick it back to Cooper. Cooper, he was passing to Howe, who I believe was going to the bench for a change, as Santo tries to stick it into the zone. It is taken back over by Hubley. Hubley, he'll skate on the left wing. It is fought off by Lucas, and Lucas will take and pass it across. Both teams trying to find a convenient time to make the change, as Kendall will try and put it in the zone for the Rangers to complete their changes. McPherson takes the puck and crosses the blue line. No offsides signaled by the referee. Chalk spins and passes, but couldn't make the clean attempt to Kendall. It is sticked and kept in by McPherson, and kept in with a nice shot from the point by LeBlanc. My apologies, that was Kagoo from the point. As a collision in center ice will give room for Chalk to dump and change for the Rangers. Hurricanes will take it from the corner. Passed all the way down, and sticked in. Opportunity was thwarted though by Dufour. Dufour, he'll skate in, pass to Hene. Hene to, he tried a centering pass to Dufour, but it hit the stick of Alex Knock. A collision. Dufour goes to the ice. Here's a shot by Hene. It is patted away. And we will get a touch. And it looks like we have a delayed call for a trip to DeFore. So the Rangers will go on the power play once again. They were successful earlier in the second period, as Alec Knox goes to the bench for his second penalty. The power play goal that the Rangers had earlier in the period was on the double minor to Alex Knock earlier in the second, as that is one in the offensive zone by the Rangers. LeBlanc will try and give it to Turner, but it is sticked away and then regained by the Rangers. Hene across for DeFore. DeFore tried a shot, but that fell off the stick and pad of a defender. Hurricanes trying to create a shorthanded opportunity as LeBlanc falls and keeps it out of their zone. Turner back the other way. He'll skate off to the right. Fought out of the corner. Down to the point to DeFore. DeFore, I believe that pass was intended for LeBlanc, but Wilmot receives it, takes a shot from the point. It is swallowed up by Marcus Tanner. 14:54 remaining in the first, 1:26 remaining in the tripping call to Alex Knock. Both teams will make a change. And Chalk will step in for the Rangers. Jacob Santo will step in for the Hurricanes, as it is won by the Hurricanes defensively, and try to dump out. Kept in by Kendall, no offsides. Kendall will skate, make a couple of moves. He'll get to West. West will take some steps to his left. He'll hold, pass to Chalk. Chalk from center, he'll take a shot. Another rebound shot, and back wide, and back around for the Rangers. Cleared out. Less than a minute remaining on the tripping call to Alex Knock. Rangers trying to add on their one-goal lead here. It is a 4-3 hockey game, with the most recent goal going to Ethan Gugu, his first goal of the season. As Chalk was tied up with the defender, but West keeps it in. Great effort by West there to keep it in the zone, as it is passed back to the point to him. West will take a shot, and it's swallowed away by Tanner. Less than half a minute remaining in the tripping call to Alex Knock, as both teams will make changes for this last stretch of the power play. Hene will step in against Bear DeMille. A fallen scramble. It's cleared out. 20 seconds remain on the power play for the Rangers. Behind his net is... Oh, a big collision to LeBlanc. Hurricanes trying to find a centering pass to DeMille, but nothing going. 2 seconds and 1, and the penalty has been killed off, as Wilmot dumps that one, and trying to cover it is Tanner, as the Hurricanes look to regain their senses. But a cross-ice pass to DeFore. DeFore fights off a defender. He'll take a shot. Rebound off of Hene, and they score! That shot went off the stick of DeFore and off the stick of Hene. Or the shot from DeFore went off the stick of Hene into the back of the net. It is a 5-3 hockey game. My apologies, I think I got that one wrong. It was a straight shot from DeFore, and it just beat Tanner on the blocker side. Rangers have regained their two-goal lead. It is 5-3 with 13 minutes remaining in the third, as McPherson is hit. But there wouldn't have been an offensive opportunity anyway, as it was offsides. But here comes Hubley. Hubley will take a shot, but it's blockered away by Tanner. A little battle on the side, but won by the Hurricanes ultimately, as Dion will bounce pass it to himself off the boards. A big hit by Gugu, as I'm sure he's pretty fired up about his first goal of the season. Gagoo. Will dump, and we will have another change. Chalk coming to pressure as that pass is bounced all the way to DeMille. DeMille will fight it out and take a shot, but it goes just wide. Howe tried to fight it out, but it goes back to Wilmot on the defensive end. Blinn will hand it down to Bennett. Bennett to DeMille. It was fought off, but Bennett reclaimed the puck. Tried to clear it was, I believe, Hubley. Shot scores! Bear DeMille with his second of the game. And they're keeping it close. It's a 5-4 hockey game. Bear DeMille, his 9th of the season. He will improve to a team-leading 17 points for the Hurricanes. So I am sure he is extremely hyped up. Congratulations to him. And the 12th place Hurricanes are keeping a close game with the 5th place Rangers. It is 5-4 with a little under 11 and a half to go. Dufour, he'll pick up some speed across center. He'll pass off to Turner. Turner will hold. He'll take a backhander, but it's patted away by Tanner, who lost his stick. He regains it, and so do the Hurricanes as they dump down. Hurricanes getting caught trying to make a change, but it is kept in for the moment. But here come the Rangers on the forward. Chase Corkum will stick it over to Churchill. LeBlanc keeps it in with a little shot and a cover by Tanner. A couple of goals by both teams in the most recent period. As Dufour took a nice shot from the right side and made it a 5-3 game. And then just 2 minutes after, Bear DeMille took a nice ripper from the other end to make it a 5-4 game. Hurricanes have done a great job at keeping it close. Great sense of urgency from the team, I would say. As it is fought back out of the Rangers zone. Nice pass to McPherson as it is fought all the way out but kept in. Shot from the point is patted away. Shot from the... It comes across to the Rangers zone, dumped off the glass, and that puck was almost right in front for the Hurricanes. They were looking to tie it. Candell almost had a small breakaway there as both teams were making changes, getting caught. Shot rings off the glass by the Hurricanes, by Dion more specifically. Centering pass from the corner, trying to set up something. And the Rangers clear out. Kendall will bounce pass it to himself, trying to get by Knock. Chalk. He's trying to fight it out in his own right as West takes a shot from the point. It is off the stick of a defender and passed out. Dion tried to fight that one out, and he's a little frustrated coming back to his own zone. Small collision there, but it is stick back to Dion. Another pass attempt doesn't go quite the way Dion would like it to, as Dufour will take it back across center. Dufour will dump for Hene. Hene with some pressure. But it is cleared out again by the Hurricanes. DeMille, he's running into some pressure as well. He's got 3 Rangers on him and no help. There's some help finally. As a puck is in front, DeMille with a shot, patted away. And that is sticked out of play. 8:20 remaining in the third. 5-4 hockey game. Shots on goal is led by the Rangers by a counter of 39-23. As both teams will make changes. Santa will stand in the face-off circle. He'll stand against Cooper. It is one. Blinn from the center point, but it is gloved by Georgia Murray Chapman, who has been a little bit more active the last couple of minutes than most of the game, I would say. As we'll have another face-off between Santo and Cooper on the other side. That is won defensively by the Rangers. And trying to jam it in there is... Trying to jam it in there was Mateo Hoisin. Hosen. I apologize. I'll get the correct pronunciation here in a moment, but nonetheless, another cover, another face-off. 8:10 remaining in the third, with a one-goal game looming. Hurricanes trying to gain some more momentum as they're looking to start a win streak here. They could certainly use it going into the break as the Rangers fight into the Hurricane zone. Chalk tried a centering pass, but that is intercepted. All the way down to the boards. Mateo Hosen tried to fight it out there, but Chalk will clear it. Finley Howe will dump. Rangers will get a full line change. And the Hurricanes will get a defensive change. A couple of moves are thwarted as a defenseman from the Hurricanes goes to the bench after he took quite a fall. Dufour will take it from the corner, though. He'll pass out down across the point to Wilmot. Wilmot with a shot that was swallowed up for the moment by Tanner, but then passed back out. Wilmot will take another shot, but it goes way wide. LeBlanc was calling for that puck, but Dufour will get some help from Turner, and it is kept in by LeBlanc. LeBlanc to Turner, or to Dufour. Dufour with a backhander, but that goes just wide. Tanner without his stick, but it is eventually cleared, so Tanner can retrieve his said stick. Second stick lost by the Hurricanes goalie as there's another intercepting pass. It is dumped down for a change as Knock, why not, and Knox Hughes will check in. Rangers trying to fight it out of their own zone. Hene will take it behind the net. He'll fight through a couple of defenders before it is stick back down. And another small change for the Hurricanes as the Rangers make a change in their own right. Here's a shot, but it's just high and wide. West keeps it in for the Rangers. And that is swallowed up and covered by Marcus Tanner. 5:51 remaining. Couple of opportunities both ways. Both teams looking to continue the winning momentum as they both picked up wins yesterday. Rangers picked up a big win against the Jim Cougars. My apologies. To get a bump in the standings. As a big shot from the point was met with a big hit from a Hurricanes defender. And McPherson will provide a receipt to that. As Blinn will dump it in. Trying to fight it through. And it is eventually won. A centering pass. Can't get through a couple of Rangers. Another shot by Blinn goes just wide. Here's Mood Ross. Mood Ross with a shot, but it's patted away. McPherson will skate it across the blue line. and he'll dump for a change. Both teams will make small changes. Rangers will make a full line change, as it is passed down. Passed down to Tenwold for the moment, but he slipped and fell. Rangers come the other way. Here's Kendall with a shot, but it's patted away by Tanner. Chalk will get it on the other end. But then it is cleared by Corkum, or almost cleared by Corkum, but kept in for the moment. But then eventually cleared. Hurricanes trying to get a change, but they couldn't. But then the Rangers dump so they can make their own change. Turner will dump it down. Rangers trying to get their lines together as the Hurricanes are trying to set up an offensive opportunity, but Dufour will have something to say about that as he holds. He'll pass in front. He tried another centering pass, but it was thwarted by Hurricanes defenders. Here they come the other way. Try to pass down to Corkum, but that one is intercepted. Hane, he'll gain the zone. Pass in front for Dufour. Dufour couldn't stick it quite as cleanly as he would have liked. And it looks like we're going to have a slash call come up. As looks like Dufour will be escorted to the penalty box for a slash, and the Hurricanes will get a much-needed power play. With 3:29 remaining in this third frame, they are still down by a goal, but a big power play and a timeout. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. Timeout over, and we are ready for a Hurricanes power play as the Hurricanes try and even the score here. It's 5-4 in favor of the Rangers. And it's safe to say if they don't score here, I imagine emptying the net would be along the horizon for them. But we'll see if we even get that far, as a scrum after that draw is won by the Rangers defensively. LeBlanc trying to cover the puck so he can get it to a defensive partner. And he fights it out himself. LeBlanc clears. It is contained and passed along to Corkum. Corkum will take a moment, but pass down. DeMille couldn't field that one as cleanly as he would have liked, as it is cleared back out. Trying to look for the point. He was trying to look for it there. Kendall can't get it to go. Chase Corkum got a little confused there. Couldn't find the puck. Kendall had a nice breakaway, but it looked like Tanner stayed with him the whole way through. And it's taken away by Chalk. Here comes Chalk. He remains in the corner as he waits for help. He is not going to get any, as the puck is finally sticked away. And dumped back down for the Rangers. Only 45 seconds remaining in that slashing penalty to Dufour, which is probably the biggest break you're going to get when you're playing the Rangers. And another slap shot down by Gugu. And now we're down to half a minute on the Hurricanes power play. A pass down to Bennett. It's contested by Wilmot. Rangers are in full press defensive mode now. I don't think there has been a shot on goal this entire power play as time ticks down to 10 seconds on the call. Bennett He tried to touch pass it to Ross, but not great nonverbal communication from this team. As time will tick down, Dufour comes back out. Rangers back to even strength. And now less than 90 seconds remain in the third. 5-4 game still remains. And here comes Tanner to the bench. Empty net for the Hurricanes. As the shot in front is patted away. That's that first shot on goal that they were looking for. It's passed down to Tenwold. Tenwold will fight it out, trying for a centering pass. And it is fought out by Blinn. Blinn to the point. Down to Bennett. Bennett will take a ripper, but that is patted away. Turner. Turner's going to skate out with it. He's got a man on the left side. That's Dufour. And the the Rangers Hockey Club looks like they're going to take this one after that empty netter by Turner. Oh my goodness, and a hit to Dufour after the whistle. And looks like Mood Ross is, looks like, I believe that was Chambers on the late hit. He is ejected. That will be the end of his afternoon. Rangers take a 6-4 lead with 39 seconds remaining in the third, as it looks like they will improve to 8-5 on the season. And the Western Hurricanes looks like they will drop to 2-15 on the season, cementing their place in 12th in the league. That is dumped out. And fought into the offensive zone for the Rangers. Here's Churchill trying to get maybe a little bit of something as he is laid out by Chalk. And they're just exchanging hits at this point as time ticks down. That will do it. 6-4 for the Rangers. As some extracurricular activity is separated by the refs. And that will do it for our broadcast here on U15 Hockey Sunday. My name is Killian Powers. It's been a pleasure to be with you. And we will see you on our next broadcast next weekend. Happy holidays. Have a safe one. And we'll see you soon.